A bit of a weird story here. I shouldn't say the story itself is weird. It's kind of weird how a bunch of mainstream outlets picked up this story and ran with it, and almost phrasing this in a way that we should feel kind of sympathy or feel kind of bad here. It's over an IDF soldier who was invading another country, Lebanon, and yet another illegal land grab. He was killed. And what's even worse is this isn't some Israeli citizen that was, maybe there because of the mandatory service or whatever, but this was a U.S. citizen who moved to Israel to sign up with a genocidal entity, an ethno state, a genocidal military to go do more genocide and illegal land grabs and more illegal wars. So I need to try to not be too rough around the edges here, but like my sympathy meter, it's just kind of it's non-existent right now. A young man, and again, I'm only covering this because like I seen so many like outlets I normally read, like the AP for example, like covering it in like it's some major deal, but like and again phrasing it in a way like I'm sorry, but like we should actually care, okay? A young man who moved from Connecticut to Israel last year to join the military was killed during a combat operation in southern Lebanon on Saturday, just weeks after he completed training. The Israeli military identified the soldier as Sergeant Moshe Yitzchak Hacohen Katz. I don't know if I pronounced that right. 22. He was originally from New Haven, Connecticut, according to family members. My heart is shattered and the wound is real, his father, Mendy Katz, said in a post on Facebook. Moshe Katz was the oldest of 5 children. The Israeli military said he was assigned to the 890th Battalion, Paratroopers Brigade. He was killed in southern Lebanon, a stronghold of the militant group Hezbollah, as Israel expands its invasion there. After his death was announced, his parents and other family members traveled to Israel to attend his funeral, scheduled for Sunday, said Caroline Caprio, business partner of the soldier's father. Moshe Katz's decision to join the Israeli military took shape in the months after the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack on southern Israel that killed about 1,200 people. His sister, Adina Katz, said in an interview with Ynet News, an Israeli news website. Man, like October 7th really did something in kind of like a similar way that it did something to like how 9/11 just kind of broke the minds of Americans. And the same thing kind of came with Zionists and Israelis. It just broke their mind. Like they don't understand that like the blowback that like the reason for these attacks were because Israel was doing these kind of attacks like on a weekly, maybe a weekly or monthly basis back before October 7, 2023. It's like history didn't start for these people until after October 7, 2023. We act like there was no war before that, no occupation, illegal occupation before that, no Israeli settlements. Like this has been going on since the Nakba in like the 1950s, 1948. It's just weird. It's like, it's the same thing with 9/11 that it's like people thought that's like when history started and that everything that America was doing overseas up until that point didn't matter. And this was just some random unprovoked attack. The same with October 7th. They think it was like unprovoked. I'm not providing a defense for it. I'm just trying to provide context here. About a year after the attack, Moshe Katz committed himself to the move. She said when he followed through last year, he arrived in Israel without being able to speak Hebrew and completed a language preparatory program before enlisting. Adina Katz said family members attended his graduation from training a few weeks ago. Caprio said he gave it his all and finished his beret march with a smile, said Adina Katz, who moved to Israel before her brother. Moshe Katz came from a family with deep roots in New Haven's Jewish community, and because of his faith, felt a strong connection to Israel and its people, said Rabbi Yoshua Hecht, a relative in Connecticut. See, this is another problem with Israel constantly saying that, like, it is a Jewish entity. It speaks for all Jews. It represents all Jews. This is breaking the minds of impressionable young Jews that they, even in the US, like this guy, who, because of their Jewishness, they felt an obligation to serve some genocidal ethno state thousands of miles away. This is what happens when Zionists are like, yeah, all Jews, they are under the umbrella of Israel. What Israel does is representative of all Jews. Whatever happens to Israel is a slight against all Jews. That itself is anti-Semitic. Comparing all Jews to a genocidal ethno state is anti-Semitic. Zionism itself to me is like the most anti-Semitic thing ever, because you're trying to lump non-Zionist Jews, all Jews, into your suicide cult, your genocidal, religious, like ultra-religious zealot cult. It breaks the minds. Like, this person was a U.S. citizen. He was born in Connecticut. He should never have done this, but because of how the Zionists and the Israeli media present themselves as the arbiter of all Jews or whatever, it's dangerous, man. It's so freaking dangerous. Anyways, let's see. He wanted to do something more, and that was something more was going through basic training and joining the Israel Defense Forces to protect life and limb of the people that he loved. The people that you loved. You lived in Connecticut. You lived in Connecticut. Just because you are Jewish doesn't mean you have any ties or obligation to Israel. Come on, man. God, it's so sad. Like, I understand he made this conscious decision, but he was 22 years old. Like, this God, Zionists are a freaking cancer, man. Zionism is the reason why this young U.S. citizen who was a Jew felt the obligation to go over and die for a genocidal ethno state. In his post on Facebook, Katz's father recalled his son's zest for life and his love of laughter with those around him. In a statement Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Katz had fought bravely in defense of the homeland. Yes, he fought bravely in the defense of his homeland while invading the homeland of another country. Like, I'm sorry, but am I supposed to feel bad here? Like, I feel bad of the circumstances. Like the fact that the Israeli media and Zionist organizations and Zionists in general have created this narrative that they're almost like targeting young Jews to make them like obligated to serve Israel, even though like being Jewish and the state of Israel, it should be completely separate. Like, just because Israel says it represents all Jews doesn't mean it represents all Jews, because it doesn't. Not all Jews are genocidal monsters like the state of Israel. So saying that is anti-Semitic, and I can't stress that enough. But like, am I supposed to feel bad here? Because quite frankly, I don't. That's like feeling bad for back in World War II, let's say there were plenty of German U.S. citizens who flew back to Nazi Germany to participate in the Holocaust. And many of them ended up dying. Do you think I feel bad for the German U.S. citizen who flew from America back to Nazi Germany, or to Nazi Germany for the first time, to serve as a Nazi? You think I'm going to feel bad when they die? Of course not. So it's hard for me to feel bad when someone like this dies. I can't stress enough that the circumstances like that he felt the need to do that, I imagine, was influenced by Zionists around him. And that's the sad part. But as far as like the like what he ended up doing, I'm sorry, but like he joined a genocidal, like a genocidal army. I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.